Sweet mother of God, I'm starving. Please send me a New York slice. Ah yes, Risk of Rain 2. A game I've played far too much of, and actually have plenty of material to use in this video for once. Where do I fucking begin? It's a good game. A really fucking good game. I picked it up at launch when it had a 2-for-1 deal, and I never looked back. But why is it a good game? Well, that's pretty simple. It's hard but fun, and the more you play, the more you discover, and the more you discover, the more fun you have. It's a game where you test the limits of Unity Engine with your insane best friend, who might just be a mad scientist in disguise of an average adult white male. A game where you feel overwhelmed at first, but quickly become the overwhelming. A game where you must survive, for the lives of your friends may just rely on your inner strength. But anyways, let's talk about how the game begins and how it works. After responding to a distress call from the ship that was in the first game, you deploy in a pod and get attacked by the locals, who don't seem to like you very much. You try to figure out the controls, cry for a little bit, shoot whatever attacks you, and probably die because you didn't get the dodging down properly. Welcome to Risk of Rain 2. I hope you enjoy your stay. Rinse and repeat until you unlock items, which are pretty easily unlocked, and then keep going until you unlock survivors, which will probably be either a robot or a thick woman. As well as some other stuff, but we'll talk about that later. Eventually, you become God, and then you play the game for another 65 hours until your family becomes worried for your well-being. Sounds simple? Of course it does, it's a roguelite, and everyone knows how a roguelite works. Anyways, let's talk about the survivors, who are all unique in their own way. Commando is my favorite survivor. He's an all-rounder, but an all-rounder who doesn't give a shit. He has a simple but very effective kit that makes his gameplay really addicting to me compared to everyone else. He's just an average Joe, but he's an average Joe who is a survivor nonetheless. You start with only him at first, so make sure to respect him, as he will take you as far as his little legs can go with his roll and plasma shot, which can be turned into a Call of Duty slide and shotgun for more fun. Huntress is a survivor made to appeal to the female audience of gamers who have horrible relationships with their fathers and want to contribute almost nothing to the team. She has a nice ass, but I hate playing her. Only play her if you hate yourself and don't want to stand out at all in your party. You worthless sack of— Multi is a Toyota AE86 that has been let loose in the wild, with no Takumi Fujiwara to control him any longer. His damage output can be insane, and his speed is beyond intense. He is everything I'd want out of a robot survivor in my Vigi game, and I love him almost as much as I love Commando. Just make sure to double up on your nail gun because it's the best gun he has even after 1.0. Engineers for people who have embraced nihilism and will do nothing the entire run but sacrifice more and more until there is nothing left of them. They are not interested in beating the game, for they have given up on that prospect years ago. I do not play Engineer. I only played him for a video that was very weak considering that game had literally just been released when I made it, and it has certainly aged very poorly now that I've really tested the limits of the game. Mercenary is for Devil May Cry fans who want to make sure every game they play is Devil May Cry, with his slashy and trickster teleport that enables him to do damage and avoid most fatal damage with the right timing. He's a great reward for beating the game, and I actually do enjoy playing him very much when someone in my party isn't already playing him and mashing their R key very loudly. Artificers for people who want to set enemies on fire or freeze them, with a kit that very much resembles any spellcaster from any game you play that has a spellcaster. I can't really say I'm a fan of Artificer, but I don't hate her. She's a character for people with very specific taste, and I can certainly respect that. Rex is the best survivor in this game. I'm not even going to talk about this cabbage robot, just know that he is probably the second coming of Jesus Christ. Loader is the One Punch Man or Doomfist option of Risk of Rain 2, the only difference from Doomfist being that Loader did not steal her weapon, making sure her bionic arms were registered in the state of Utah for self-defense, so she's an upstanding American citizen, while Doomfist's arm is unregistered in all 50 states, making him a criminal. Fun survivor. Play every now and then for the thrill of being able to one-shot innocent creatures. Accurate is for people who probably suffer from smooth brain, for my wrinkly brain cannot hope to comprehend the survivor. He spits AIDS and HIV on his enemies while also putting himself in the danger zone more often than any other survivor in this game. While he has damage potential, it takes time and it's usually not always worth it. Only play him if you have someone with range attacks to kill wisps, as you will really despise fighting anything that's flying while playing as this abomination. Captain is a really good reward for really beating the game. I won't talk about him, but I will give a dramatic reading of how I unlocked him at the end of the video. With all that said and done, you probably want me to explain the enemies in the game, and for that I'll say, go fuck yourself. There's lots of enemies, but they can basically be narrowed down to bug, lizard, demons, and endangered wildlife. Respect them in their different flavors and you'll probably survive your time stuck
on a whole different planet. No peace looking at the sky, trouble's always all around, so we stay quick with the guns and cannons.
Oh shit, I'm recording. The bosses are real, and you'll probably tremble in fear fighting each one on Monsoon, so good luck fighting all manner of alien, including the greedy Shekel Hunter, who exists only to give you all of his loot before you fight the King Shackle Hunter. You will explore many unique settings in the game that all look beautiful, that are also accompanied by very, very beautiful music courtesy of christodoulou? I hope I said that right. I mean, Jesus Christ, just listen to this. You're also probably wondering about these things on the screen known as items. I can't exactly go into detail as to every single item in the game, just know the heroin needle is good for damage, and try your best to unlock that time chest you'll see in the snow level. I promise you will enjoy the reward found inside immensely. Also, make sure to pick up some Monster Energy Zero and a missile launcher to ascend even further beyond. Be wary of blue items, but also make sure to study them as well as you are willing, as you'll find some have benefits you simply cannot pass up. Just don't piss off the cool merchant. If you've played the game too much, try getting the artifacts, which can change the game up to be your ideal scenario or your most nightmarish scenario depending on what you prefer. Since I've sunk 100+ hours into this game, I usually always turn on artifacts so I can enjoy it, but you do whatever you feel is best. All in all, this game is absolutely perfect to spend plenty of time with or without friends. I've been playing it since day one and I don't regret my purchase one bit, as I've played it on and off very consistently after it came out in early access. I usually turn on some fire jams and then play the game before bed to help me pass out easy, even though the rush of energy I get from a monsoon boss always keeps me awake the entire fucking night. I easily give it a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 5 out of 5, and that will never change. But now, here's my story about beating the game and unlocking the captain. I activated the primordial teleporter and slayed the brass contraptions which surrounded me, letting it take me to an entirely new realm as if it was my destiny. It was dark, and the music made me cold. This was the end of the road, and I knew I could only move forward now. There was no going back as I killed every strange machine that got in my way. The music reminded me that I was not a legend, just another savage invader in history. I made it to the platform where my final challenge waited for me, the lift's taking me up to meet the mysterious entity. A small introduction plays and I meet him, Mifrix, the King of Nothing. My time spent on this planet taught me how to fight, and I was going to have to use all my knowledge here to win. As my doppelgangers came to haunt me, I fought tooth and nail to defeat everything that stood before me. Mifrix seemed to go down easy, only to summon his lunar chimeras, the zenith designs I had killed moments before meeting him. Once I had slain them again, Mifrix came back for more, his fury being unleashed on me as he received aid from his loyal subjects. With his clone defeated, I focused on his true self, my missiles launching to destroy his frame as I didn't let go of the trigger. To my shock, he wasn't dead yet, and he removed all of my items from my person. Adrenaline and desperation kicking in, I focused intensely to defeat the alien king, my items returning to me as I drew more and more blood from him. His body finally fading away, I knew my task was done, and I ran as fast as I could to the exit. His hatred lingered, but I did my best to avoid it as I finally made it, friendly machines guarding the ship as the moon shattered, its existence being reduced to nothing. And so I had left, with everything but my humanity. And that was the end of Risk of Rain 2. Thank you Hoppo Games and everyone else who helped develop this masterpiece. You did well, and I'd gladly buy whatever else you guys make in the future. Anyways, this is Dante signing off. see you next time when I make a better video than this. Hopefully. Also, I'm leaving my PayPal link in the description from now on, just in case you want to support my shitty videos with a small tip. That is all. Have a good day, night, or fall equinox, and thank you very much for watching.
Right off the bat, I pop my armory, too smooth to see. I stay like beat, like Muhammad Ali. Champion of champions will not defeat. Came up to beat the enemy at large, but tonight let us take a break back to kids and go kart.